Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's
Yes,
get into
indeed.
some front page news. Now, last night in Monday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Packers 10-7. That was did y'all watch the game or not? Did you see the game?
Hell no, I was asleep.
Not even the first half of the game? You seen the first half of the game,
I was
Brad?
knocked out, bro.
It was pretty good. It was a good defensive game, man. So salute to the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, the New York Giants have fired their head coach, Brian DeBall. On
Damn,
Monday.
man. Salute to Brian, man.
Yeah.
I salute him now that he's not a Giants.
So now you
Giants
salute
head
him?
coach.
There you go.
Nah, I salute to Brian.
What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, Envy, Jess, Charlamagne. How y'all doing this morning?
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. All right, well, we start this morning in Washington, where after 41 days, the Senate has approved a deal to finally reopen the government, the last step before it heads to the House for a vote. Now, the plan would keep most agencies funded through January 30th and extend programs like SNAP food assistance and veteran services through next September. It restores back pay for federal workers, protects jobs that were at risk, and ensures food aid continues through 2026. But it leaves out a major Democratic priority, extending those health care subsidies that helps millions of families afford insurance. Instead, Republicans agreed to hold a separate vote on that issue by mid-December, which progressives say does not go far enough. Some groups are now calling for Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer to step down, accusing him of failing to keep Democrats united after eight Democrats crossed party lines to help Republicans pass that bill. Now, Hakeem Jeffries, he is addressing the media. He addressed the media shortly after that vote, saying that this fight should not be about partisan politics. Let's listen.
This fight for us is not partisan. It's a patriotic fight. We're waging this fight on behalf of the American people. The 5 states that are most impacted by a failure to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits are West Virginia, Wyoming, Alaska, Mississippi, and Tennessee. 45% of the people, of the Americans who are going to lose health care or be at risk of losing health care if they don't, on the other side of the aisle, extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits, 45% of them are registered Republicans, 35% registered Democrats, and 20% unaffiliated or independent. This is not a partisan fight for us. It's a patriotic fight.
Now, all eyes turn to the House, where Speaker Mike Johnson is urging members to return to Washington. He says he's confident that the measure will pass, but has stopped short of promising that the House will take up that separate health care vote that Democrats were promised in the Senate. Let's listen to that exchange.
So you're not committing to bringing up a bill that deals with the Obamacare subsidies before they expire?
I'm not committing to it or not committing to it.
If something passes the Senate, it would only pass on a bipartisan basis.
Yeah.
Would you bring it up?
I can't commit to anything that hasn't even passed through the Senate yet. I mean, I've never done that. I'm very consistent. I've been Speaker for over 2 years.
So that is the latest with that. And as you were mentioning earlier, Envy, those SNAP benefits, there's still some more ongoing litigation with that. So the Trump administration, they returned to the Supreme Court yesterday asking the justices to step in and keep those full payments frozen while the government remains shut down. This comes after the lower courts ruled that the administration must resume those full benefits for 42 million Americans who rely on the program. And the Supreme Court could rule on that as early as today. But for now, the rulings have created a confusing patchwork with families in some states like Hawaii and New Jersey receiving their full benefits, while others in like Nebraska and West Virginia have received nothing at all.
Am I the only person who thinks folks are being too hard on Democrats with this one? You know what I mean? Democrats finally did something that they normally don't do, which is fight. And I really wish Democrats would just be honest and let people know, like, look, we tried. You saw us try. Like, we threw a Hail Mary on behalf of the American people, even though we know MAGA had zero reason to make any concessions to us. We did what we could, but we have zero power. And we couldn't get it done. And yes, we understand people are going to lose health care or are at risk of losing health care. We know health care premiums are going to go up, but there was nothing else we could do. And they're really damned if they do, damned if they don't in this situation. Because if you don't reopen the government, now you got people not getting SNAP benefits, federal workers not getting paid. Like, they really had no other option, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think people are upset that they gave up. I think for once they wanted Democrats to stay in the fight. They felt like coming off of that election last week, that they had momentum, and then they just basically gave it away.
But at what expense? That's the thing.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. At what expense?
That's
At the
it.
expense of the federal workers, at the expense of people not getting paid. But, it's like what they were saying yesterday, putting sick children against hungry children, right? So,
Right.
But it's also
Which one
incredible to me, the belief and the faith that people still have in MAGA to do the right thing. MAGA does not care. Like, they have zero reason to make any concessions to Democrats on this situation. They don't care.
I don't think MAGA has ever made a concession. I think they do what they want to do, and it is what it is. Either you roll with them or you get rolled over. That's what it's always been.
It's just incredible to me, the belief and the faith that people still have in Republicans. I just don't have any faith in them to do the right thing ever.
yeah. And really quickly, Donald Trump, he has issued a new round of pardons, this time for several allies that helped overturn the 2020 election. The list includes about 77 people. Some names you might know: Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, who was a former Trump attorney, and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. So those pardons will wipe away any federal charges or potential investigations connected to their roles in trying to keep Trump in power after his 2020 loss.
I wonder how many people who like what president pardoned the most people. It had to be Donald Trump, right?
I have no idea. I never looked it up.
It just has to be, right? It seems like he just pardons everybody.
But he's pardoning the wrong people. January 6th
I was going to say
rioters.
not everybody.
But I just feel like he just. Usually they pardon at the end of the presidency, right before they leave. They pardon. He just pardons people like it's Tuesday, and I'm just gonna pardon people. That's crazy. All right. Well,
Actually, it says Franklin D. Roosevelt, but 3,687 pardons or clemencies
Damn.
from 1933 to 1945.
all right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Mimi. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. Now, the Eagles beat the Packers last night in Monday Night Football 10-7, and the Giants have fired their head coach, after blowing another double-digit lead in the fourth quarter.
I'll be wondering, is it fair to fire the coach, man, when the players suck, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should fire a coach when you know that a coach got, like, great players on the field.
But when you up,
and he not getting the best out of it.
But when you up in the fourth quarter for 4 games and you lose 4 games and you're up double digits,
Because the players suck.
they wouldn't suck if they were up in the fourth quarter by double-digit leads.
Huh?
Like, the games are good. Like, we're busting ass until that fourth quarter, and
I
then
don't
it just
watch
seems
the
like we
Giants.
fold.
I could care less.
Then you don't know anything. You talking about the players suck. You
Right,
watch.
They do
Man,
suck, though. Hold on.
just
So y'all players don't suck?
Some of them.
Oh, yeah, what you mean? Some of them.
Some of them.
Jackson Dart look all right, though.
Well, he's injured.
Oh, all right. Well, he looked all right when he was playing.
Yeah, Russell Wilson starting next week.
Oh, Lord. 7
Oh, no.
interceptions.
Yo, shut up, man.
7
Mimi, help me. What's
7
up, Mimi?
interceptions by the third quarter.
Leave me alone. Come on, Mimi.
Good morning, Jess, Charlamagne, MB. How y'all doing this morning?
Girl,
Peace,
good
Mimi.
morning.
Good morning. All right, so we start this hour with the latest at the airport. So even with the Senate deal to reach that shutdown, that news, the FAA still hasn't lifted its nationwide restrictions, meaning travelers are still facing the same headaches at the airport with no real relief in sight just yet. Now, starting this morning, the FAA is cutting flights across the country by 6%, and those reductions will keep climbing throughout the week, reaching 8% on Thursday and 10% by Friday morning. Now, the FAA, they began scaling back flights last Friday at 40 of the nation's busiest airports because of the ongoing shortage with air traffic controllers. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the FAA won't lift the order until safety data shows that it's appropriate, but adds that the skies remain safe to fly. He says that the cuts are about managing traffic, not about grounding planes. Meanwhile, President Trump is weighing in on the air traffic controller shortage on social media. He's blasting air traffic controllers who've called out sick, saying he's not happy, and he is threatening to dock their pay. He's also promised those who stayed on the job are great. He's calling them great patriots and promising $10,000 bonuses once the shutdown ends. Now, critics are pointing out that these are the same controllers who've been working day to day, showing up without a paycheck. And the union says that they've been working 6 days a week, 10-hour shifts. We've been talking about this. They've been guiding planes across the country while struggling to pay their own bills. Passengers, they are also feeling the fallout. This weekend alone, there were more than 4,500 cancellations, 18,000 delays. Let's listen to some of the frustration that the passengers are feeling.
This thing is affecting, citizens, and it probably shouldn't be affecting everybody like this.
That's what I have to do.
I'm going to U-Haul. And I'm going to drive a truck cross country to get back to Utah because I have to be back by Tuesday.
It's wicked frustrating. Everybody should just get along. Let's figure it out. These air traffic controllers, my safety is in their hands.
It's unbelievable and it's embarrassing for our country.
We've been here since 4 this morning. But the thing is, there's no flight to Syracuse. So we're going to Raleigh, North Carolina, then we're going to Buffalo, then someone has to pick us up.
That's crazy.
Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Somebody said it right. It's definitely embarrassing for this country.
So a lot of different array of feelings there. People renting cars, driving U-Hauls, whatever they can get because there's a shortage on rental cars. So if you can get a U-Haul, people are just doing whatever they can to get to where they need to be.
Yeah, all the situation Mimi shows me is how much people don't understand the working class, especially when it comes to the federal workers. Like 67% of this country lives paycheck to paycheck, and you want these people to come to work when they thinking about how they going to keep the lights on, literally. Like, do you know how many people I know who have had to get other jobs, temp services, driving Uber, Lyft, taking out loans from the bank? Folks really have no idea what the working class goes through.
Exactly, and especially with President Trump getting on social media,
come on, man,
telling the workers they need to get to work. You have no idea what their day-to-day looks like, childcare, household bills, whatever they need to do. So, and
that's the other thing too. The childcare piece is very important because some of these people have had to take off for work because they can't afford childcare at the moment because they're not getting a paycheck. So they got to make sure the kids get to school and stay home with the kids. It's nuts, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And today is Veterans Day, a time to honor our men and women who serve our country. But this year, the celebration looks and feels very different. That's because of the ongoing government shutdown. Hundreds of thousands of active duty service members could miss their next paycheck. The administration has found temporary fixes twice since October, but those funds have now run out, leaving many military families uncertain about how they'll cover their bills, their rent, their groceries this week. So the shutdown has also forced the cancellation of parades, ceremonies, and community events that usually honor veterans. Organizers say they simply didn't have the access to military bases, restrooms, or staffing to make those events happen. Also, if you're wondering about what's open and what's closed today, most restaurants, grocery stores, retail shops will stay open, but banks and post offices are closed today since they fall under the Federal Reserve. Online banking and ATM services will still work, though transactions could take an extra day to process. UPS will run pickup and delivery services. FedEx is also operating normally. And in New York, though, the nation's largest Veterans Day parade is still happening, with more than 20,000 service members marching up Fifth Avenue to mark the 250th anniversary of the U.S. military.
Listen, man, salute to all the veterans
salute
out
to all
there.
The veterans. Salute to my pops. Pops, what's up? I love you.
I say it all the time. I think it's disgusting how America treats its veterans, okay? If you have fought for this country, you should get free housing, free health care, and a stipend every month, okay? America, why can't we do the basics? I'm a simple man. Take care of the people who take care of us. Veterans have taken care of us. We need to take care of them. How hard is it to take care of our veterans, okay? It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be hard at all. Like, there's nothing worse to me. You want to get me? Pull out a sign that says I'm a veteran and I fought in the war. I don't know how people can just walk by folks like that or just drive by folks like that and not give them whatever you got in their pocket, man. That's the least we can do because our veterans get treated like garbage in this country.
Absolutely. Shout out to my dad, who was also a veteran.
Yep. Shout out to mine too. Yes.
Yeah. All right. And many families, as we stay on this topic of the shutdown, many families are still waiting on paychecks, but they're turning to new ways to make ends meet. So buy now, pay later has exploded during the government shutdown. Many people are calling it credit card 2.0. So apps like Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm, they are seeing a major surge as families use them not just for extras, but for essentials like groceries, gas, and even utility bills. Now, with so many federal workers and families still waiting on paychecks, these apps have become a lifeline to get through another week. So instead of paying all at once, these apps let shoppers split purchases into 4 smaller payments and spread it out over a few weeks, usually with no interest at first. Families stretched thin, it can feel like a lifeline, but consumer experts, they are warning that this easy money can turn into a debt trap. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau says late payments are rising fast, and more Americans are juggling multiple buy now, pay later plans at once. So many of the households, though, they are already feeling the squeeze, including those federal workers who've gone more than without a paycheck. But financial experts say this is part of a larger problem where Americans are borrowing for the future to just survive the present. Total household debt right now is about $18.6 trillion. 4 easy payments might sound like a quick fix, but it could hit harder once those bills come due. So
yeah, that's how it used to be back in the day, especially in close-knit communities. Like if you had somebody in the hood who owned like a little convenience store or something, everybody had a little shop they could go to and have a line of credit, and they would pay them back when they got paid.
Yeah.
So that's what people are turning to now, and they're just, it is a help. I think people just need to get help where they can get help from, just for the essentials. It's not even for shopping anymore. It's for gas and groceries.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Cocaine.
Stop it, man.
Oh my God, come on.
All right,
now.
thank you, Mimi.
Mimi said,
No, she did not.
You said cocaine? Wait a minute.
Yeah, girl, you said cocaine. And she's talking about,
Not here about it.
See what Mimi does on the weekends. All right.
But I mean, don't put that on Mimi.
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
But back in the day in the hood, there was a line of credit for that too.
What are you talking about?
It's a fact. If you knew the person and you knew the people, I give you, and then you pay me back when you get paid.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that.
Thank you, Mimi. There you go, Mimi.
I used to sell crack, Mimi.
We know.
I was a petty drug dealer. Okay.
All right, y'all. Well, that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. For more stories, follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi.
Peace, Mimi.
All right, thanks.
Mimi's like, I ain't playing with y'all no more.
Right.
All right.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?